What's going on YouTube? How you guys doing? I guess I'm trying like a Scott Junn style video today. There's just this really interesting topic that came up on Twitter recently, and I feel like I just have to make a video about it because this is blowing my mind. Now, I know that I'm going to clickbait this title, something about the community probably being soft, and I want to throw out there that honestly, that's kind of like a big red flag for me when people call people soft, because I feel like you know, to me, I feel like everyone has their own boundaries. Everybody handles things differently. I don't like the idea of calling people soft and sensitive and all that jazz. But for the sake of clickbait, you know, sorry, bear with me. You know, sorry, red flag tofu. I'm probably gonna call it that. But point is, there was a thing on Twitter the other day from my good buddy Hens, who basically just asked a simple question. He said, "Is it bad manners to say GG after winning in a one-sided game?" Right? Like you're killer and you 4K5, or you're a survivor and the killer gets like, I don't know, only like a couple hooks. And then you simply just say GG in post-game chat. That's it. Just GG. Like he made it very clear that it was just GG, not like GG easy, not like GG smiley face, just GG. And I actually cannot believe the amount of people that have said that yes, it's BM, that it's bad manners to say GG. 26%. This is over 1/4 of the people have said yes, that it is bad manners. Now, you can see from the, you know, background image behind me that I clearly chimed in with my own thoughts here. And I still feel pretty strongly about this. I mean, I'll be honest, I did come on kind of strong here. But you know what? I still kind of feel this way. Because I still think anybody that answers yes to this is basically just self-reporting how insecure they are. Because I still am struggling to understand this, right? How a GG can ever be considered BM, right? Like just saying good game. Because to me, and I feel like to pretty much everyone on the planet, at least I thought everyone on the planet, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, like, honestly, I'm very curious about this because apparently 26% of people disagree. But to me, and I feel like most people, saying GG after a game is basically like the equivalent of like a handshake or something, right? Like, you're not literally commenting on the game. You're just kind of saying it as like a standard courtesy thing to say after a game is over. But boy, can I tell you how many times I've had one-sided matches where in the post-game chat, I just say GG, and then they will flip their shit on me and tell me, no, actually, it's not a GG. Actually, it was a BG. And how dare I even say this? Like, people will sometimes, like, I'll just say GG, and the gamers will sometimes type paragraphs at me in post-game chat. It is crazy. It is actually wild. So I kind of wanted to, like, look through this tweet and just kind of see if I could get a feel for what is making people think this way and what is really going on. Okay, so let's just go through. Now, I see this exact kind of take a lot, right? If you ever lost to a survivor with friends who brought map offerings, syringes, shoulder the burden, DSs, etc., and they say GG, I guarantee you it wasn't said in good faith. Now, this is weird because, like, I don't agree to this. I feel like there seems to be this concept in DbD that, like, people playing to win on either side, right? Because obviously this is directed towards survivors, but you can say the same thing directed towards a killer, right? You can say if a killer, you know, brings 4 slowdowns and hard tunnels and, you know, whatever, and says GG, it's not in good faith. But, like, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. I feel like this is just people wanting to win, right? Like bringing a map offering, like obviously don't get me wrong, you can make statements about whether map offerings are balanced and are like healthy for the game and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you can make these arguments for sure. But the idea of people bringing in things that are there just to help them win the game, and then that suddenly means that their GG isn't in good faith, is a little bit weird to me. Because, like, people are going to play games to win, right? I know that DbD has this, like, casual community, or sorry, this, like, casual competitive environment where, like, people are, like, not supposed to take it seriously, but also people still want to win and blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's very bizarre to me that people just assume that just because you bring strong stuff and you play to win, that saying GG is in bad faith. It's just odd to me. And on top of this, there's still, oh god, there's so much more here that I still don't understand. See, because I get this exact kind of thing as well. Literally this, if you say GG every time, then fair enough, but a large portion of survivors will only say it when they win. But if you say it as killer when they lose, they just get hella shit talked. But see, like, this is bizarre because I feel like, how do people know who is saying it when, right? Like, how do you know that people are only saying it when they win or saying it when they lose? Like, how do you know? I feel like people are just assuming. Like, to be honest, this whole thing seems to me like people just assuming things from the other side, right? Like, unless you're running into the same exact groups of survivors like over and over and over and over again, in which case, in that exact niche scenario, sure, you can get upset if they only say, they only say GG when they win, then like, sure, whatever, that's kind of cringe or whatever. But I still don't think the GG when they win is even BM, right? I still wouldn't call that bad manners. I would just say that that's kind of cringe, right? Like, I feel like you should say GG whether you win or lose, but it's still not bad manners, right? And then also, I see this kind of thing a lot where people just say good luck next instead of GG. And I don't, okay. This one I'm curious about, because I don't know if I'm crazy, but I feel like if I got my ass kicked by somebody and all they said was good luck next, I feel like that to me, like, okay, even that I don't think is BM, but I feel like that's leaning more towards BM than GG is. You know what I mean? Because I feel like saying good luck next is like, damn, I shit on you so fucking hard that good luck next, bro. Like, you got dumpstered. Fucking good luck next one. Holy, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would rather a GG. Like, I don't want someone to say GL next. I want someone to say GG and that's it. You know what I mean? I mean, if they say GG, GL next, whatever. But like, and even GL next, I guess, is fine. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this leans more towards BM to me than even just GG, which is very strange. I just don't understand it. And then we get takes like this one, which again, if you completely destroy a team, you know it is a good game. You're saying GG to make yourself feel good. So the person saying it, knowing it was a one-sided game is the insecure one, which is weird because no, like, again, it'd be one thing if I was like GG easying them or something, but like, just say again, GG is just like a common courtesy. You just say it. Like, okay, what I don't understand is like, what do people want you to do? Like, I guess they want you to be completely silent. Like, is there anything you can say after a win that isn't BM? Because I feel like GG is like the most tame, chill thing ever, and everyone's still losing their mind about it. So like, are the rules that if you win a game in a lopsided way, because like you can't apologize, I did think about this. Like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to apologize? Because I think apologizing is the worst thing you could ever do. I think one of the worst things, I think the thing that maybe gets me the saltiest out of any match ever is if somebody kicks my ass and then like apologizes about it. Like, oh, sorry for stomping you so hard. Oh, sorry for kicking your ass in that game. Like, that is like the most condescending, like, God, there's no way that can be the answer, right? Like, definitely apologizing is wrong, but also you can't say GG. Again, I would argue good luck next is like on a similar level as GG, if not worse to me. So like, are you just restricted from saying anything? Can you just say no words after you win a game really well? Or otherwise you're bad manners? Because like, that's a little immature, I feel like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, very, very odd, man. Like, this is like, okay, this is where the arguments get a little bit more okay, I think, right? Like, he says, strong disagree here, man. Unfortunately, character limits on Twitter make it hard to get into details as to why, but I've always hated what I refer to as GG culture, because I think words have meaning, and most people don't like being told they did good after they objectively didn't. See, I can sort of understand this. Like, this one makes a little bit more sense to me than some of the others, but even this one I think is a little silly. Because this post basically says that they understand that it's like a culture thing. It's like a GG. It's basically like the culture of video games forever. Like, and like not even just video games. I would say just games, right? Like even like chess players. You know what I mean? Like when a game is over, no matter how the game went, they like reach out for a handshake. You know what I mean? Like it's just common like courtesy after a game is over to like acknowledge that the game is over and be like, thank you. Like GG is basically like a thank you for playing. You know what I mean? Like, thank you for giving me the time in game. GG's, like, you know, let's just move on. Like, it's just a very common, like, human-to-human interaction that, like, and this person even kind of acknowledges that it's kind of a culture in a way. But then I guess this, I think at least this makes some sense that they're basically saying that, like, they wish it wasn't the culture to do that because the words have meaning and that they take the meaning of the GG too much. And I feel like that's what a lot of this boils down to. A lot of the answers that I get from this are basically people saying where they're like kind of over analyzing the like GG, right? They're like thinking like good game, like right here, like it means good game. A game that was easily won isn't a good game by any means. I feel like people are like way over analyzing, and I'm really curious about this. Like, what's causing this? Is this like is this like a cultural thing in terms of place in the world? Is this like an American thing? Because I don't think because of the chess thing, right? Chess is like massive in like Russia and like all over the world, right? That aren't necessarily like Western countries. And they also do like the handshake after a game. That's like pretty similar to like a GG thing. So but maybe there are certain places in the world where this is like not normal, but or maybe it's like a newer generation thing, you know, because I'm 33 years old, okay, so I'm kind of old, all right. Maybe it's like a new generation thing. But if you guys know, like if you guys understand, like if you guys can maybe put this in a more delicate way or a more in-depth way to explain it, feel free to let me know. But to me, like I gotta be perfectly honest with you guys. If I gotta be perfectly 100% honest with you guys, to me this all feels like you know, I actually made another tweet about this, and it's right here. And again, I was going kind of hard here because, like, I'm gonna be honest, this whole thing has been very laughably funny to me, and it's been hard to it's been hard for me to be like politically chill, like politically correct, civil, chill. Like, I'm kind of just speaking my mind and not really caring if I offend people at this point. But I like basically what I said is it's just filled with gamers who clearly just hate the side that they don't play, which does seem accurate. I feel like what this seems like to me is that gamers lose a game really bad and they are just like frustrated out of their mind, right? Like they're like veins popping out of their fucking head and shit, right? Like about to goddamn smash their keyboard or their controller. And then like, I feel like they're just so on edge from how frustrated they are that anything coming from the other side is just like they're just looking to lose their shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like anger management, like levels, like just like losing it. You know what I mean? And like, to be honest with you, I understand that. Like, I feel like in the moment, somebody being like, don't say GG, that wasn't a GG. I'm like, okay, let it out, buddy. Like, you're frustrated. You're like, come on, let it out. Vent, you know, go ahead and vent all you want. Get it out of your system. But, like, again, what confuses me is that after the fact, like right now, when you're reading a poll on Twitter that basically asks you is saying GG BM, it's crazy to me that they still are, like, backing it up and saying that, yes, it is. Like, it's one thing to be like, yeah, in the moment I was frustrated and I shouldn't have lost my shit, right? Because if someone said that, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, that's understandable. Everybody gets frustrated sometimes, right? Like, obviously, when you're frustrated, you might not do or act the way that you normally would. But the fact that, like, in an objectively, like, chill situation, just, like, answering a poll on Twitter where, like, if you're not in the middle of a frustrating situation, people are still doubling down and saying that GG is BM. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. And the last thing I'm going to cover before I like just kind of wrap up this video, because I feel like I might just be going in circles now, is I did kind of engage in somebody that felt like they were trying to have like a good faith conversation about it. So like, you know, obviously I was being a bit abrasive towards my opinion, right? So like, understandably, a lot of people just told me to fuck off, you know, which is fine. You know what I mean? That's fine. It happens. But like, Pocket Stakes here was like giving me a pretty good faith argument, so I kind of went back and forth with him, right? He said, I don't really understand what's hard to understand about this, saying GG after one-sided game is BM. GG means good game, and if you say it after such a hard loss, it's like rubbing more salt into the wound than being fair. GG isn't even an end-all, be-all good either. Obviously, no one should just throw a tantrum over it, but clearly saying GG is in appropriate settings isn't just to be a good sport. Hell, GG is just as often used to BM as it is to be good, like all the two classic GG easy. And before I get to the Killer Main label driver label, I made a point to play both sides equally. This has nothing to do with the eternal war between the two sides. Anyone can say GG in a dickish way. I don't even know why you brought side bad into this. So again, this feels like just very, very, very much like overly defining what GG means, right? Like looking into the GG as not just like a common courtesy thing that you say after every video game, but just like this like very, very serious thing where you're making a statement about the game being a really, really good game, which is not the case, right? Like I feel like it's not like people only say like I feel like I don't understand. Like I'm not sure if these people think that people only ever say GG when the game is like extremely good. Like you're like as if like GG is like this super rare thing where it's like, damn, if that game was like one of the most amazing games I ever played in my life, then I GG. Otherwise, no. Like no, people just say GG always, right? Like. I can't be losing. I feel like I'm gaslighting myself right now into like thinking that's not how it is, but that is how it is, right? In every game, you just say GG at the end of games. That's just what people do. That's what people have done forever. And people are like overly breaking it down as if it's like this rare thing that only should happen when games are absurdly good. I let them know that the side baddest part is because you're assuming the person saying GG is being malicious. There's nothing bad about a GG in any way, which I still stand by. Obviously, if they add an easy or even a smiley face, then sure, whatever. But getting mad at a simple GG is 100% baby rage, which I still agree with. I feel like people see the GG and they just assume like so many people in these posts have just been assuming like, oh, because they brought map offerings or they tunneled, that GG is sarcastic clearly. And it's like, no, like you're just assuming that because you're upset from how the game went. So you can assume that the reason people would find saying GG is a bad match is because of side brain rot and baby rage, but you can't possibly see how others assume a more malicious reason behind some GGs. And I said, yes, I can absolutely see why they would assume malicious intent. It's because of baby rage. There's really no other reason it could possibly be, which again, is I know I'm being kind of harsh here, but I still stand by this, right? Like I don't understand how you can possibly like see a GG in post game chat. And again, you can either just take it as like, oh, they just said GG. Because again, like if you get annihilated by somebody as well, this is a whole other part of the argument that I don't really understand either. Because like if you get completely annihilated by somebody, like if I kill somebody at like 5 gens as killer, or if I'm survivor and the killer got no hooks, if I want to BM, like if I actually want to be an asshole, I would not say GG. Like, that is not the thing I would say. There's a lot of things I could say. There's a lot of things that have been said to me after bad games that are clearly BM, right? Like, I've been told to off myself. I mean, look, I would never do this, okay? But I've been told to off myself many times. You know, you can tell people that they're shit and to uninstall, and, you know, you can tell them, like, oh, like, nice try, loser. Oh, you know, like there's so many things you can say that are actually mean that I feel like assuming that a GG is mean is, like, wild to me. It's wild. Like if the person had the intention of being mean and being rude, why would they not say one of the 50 million hurtful things that they can say? Why would they hit you with a GG? That's like the literally most neutral thing they can possibly ever say. Again, it's either that or they're completely silent and they say nothing, right? So to me, it has to be baby rage. You're just frustrated with the match and you're looking to get upset. And he said, you don't see hypocrisy at all that you so easily assume that everyone would disagree is because they're a baby, but can't possibly see how anyone else could also assume someone's being malicious in their GGs. And then I just said, I don't understand what you're getting. There's really nothing negative in a GG comment. If you're seeing negativity in it, then you're creating that negativity in your own mind, probably because you're frustrated and upset. Then they said this is not disavowed. GG in the context of being said after one-sided or frustrating matches. I don't think anyone's getting flustered or suspicious over a GG outside of a 4-man Sonic Slug match or a 4-man Sorry Friends Bully. And then this one's hard to break down because he started giving examples, right? Like obviously, like a slug match, even a slug match is kind of fine, and like a bully match is also like, what does that mean, right? Because like a Survivor Friends bully match can mean a lot of different things. In theory, if it's like a match where like, okay, a lot of people will call a bully squad if they're just like better than them, you know, like it's just a bunch of good survivors that happen to like get a bunch of flashlight saves or something, but they still just like do the gens and leave. You know what I mean? That's different because I feel like there are actual bully squads out there. Like I know of some people that do this kind of stuff, and I think it's really cringe. But there's people out there that will like basically de-rank on purpose. They'll like lower their MMR on purpose, and then they'll go against like brand new killers, and then they'll like, you know, 360 them 1,000 times and then hop in lockers and flashlight save each other over and over again until their flashlights are out of battery, and they draw the game out for like 30 minutes while just like messing with the killer. And it's like, dude, what are you, like, come on, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff, sure. Like if people are doing that, then clearly then they're just being douchebags, and like there's nothing really obviously about that. But I feel like bully squad is such a loose term that I feel like usually, yeah, it's just 4 survivors that are better than the killer is usually what most people call bully squads. Honestly, it's just people that are playing well, and then the killer feels bullied, right? And again, if that's the case and they just say GG, that's still like pretty much the tamest thing they can say, right? Like, would you rather them say get shit on loser? You know what I mean? Like GG is still pretty neutral. And slugging sucks, but I think it's part of the game. I don't think somebody 4-man slugging is necessarily like if they 4-man slug and then watch you bleed out, then sure. But if they 4-man slug just as a way to win the game, again, I don't think that's necessarily them trying to be malicious. That might just be them trying to win. A lot of people play video games to win, and a lot of people aren't going to care what you think about their strategy as long as their strategy gets them to win, you know? And they're not trying to like, you know, like be malicious towards you. They just want to win the game, and that's their main goal. And I feel like if you play a game like Dead by Daylight knowing that people might play in these ways to win, I feel like it's just a little odd to then get mad about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. And he said, in no way can these be interpreted as being malicious in their intent. It's part of the game, sure, but so is regular BMing, bleeding people out, stream sniping, sandbagging people, playing Chucky for no reason at all, tunneling, slugging at 5 gens, etc. And this is where I said exactly my point. There's nothing wrong with tunneling and slugging at 5 gens or playing Chucky. If these are the kind of things that make you think a GG is bad intention, then you're just kind of getting mad at basic DbD gameplay and projecting it. And then they stated playing Chucky was clearly a joke, which, you know, I say they say clearly a joke, and to be honest with you, it is a funny joke. Like to this person's credit, that is a pretty funny joke. I just, to be honest with you, like, and again, Pocket Stakes, you know, if you're watching this video or something, like, I apologize, I don't know much about you going into this, so like all I have is just like the few paragraphs that you've written me so far. Again, you seem like a reasonable person, but like I don't really know the mindset that you have, because we have like this such different mindset that I don't know if that's a joke, right? Like there's people in the community that would say this as a not joke, to be fair, right? Like there are people, so I wasn't sure, right? But I mean, honestly, that's a funny joke because I agree. Fuck Chucky. You know what I mean? Fuck him. Sorry, but anyway, can you not say it easily about that viewing intentional slugging or slugging when the game just began as just them being good sports is equally projecting on your part as it'd be to project a more malicious side to it? And then you know, again, I get the idea. Like, basically, Pocket Steak's whole argument is that like something is happening that's like kind of like annoying, right? And it's like you can either assume that the person has like good/neutral intentions, or you can assume that the person has bad intentions. So what they're basically saying is like, is it so crazy for me to assume good/neutral intentions as it is for them to assume bad intentions? And like, in a way they have a point, but I also don't agree, because to me, again, I think like if you're looking at it objectively, like chances are most likely that they're most likely just doing, like, again, it says right here, like tunneling, slugging are gameplay strategies, and they're very effective ones. People who play games generally want to win. So I think seeing somebody doing something like slugging, tunneling at 5 gens, to me, it's odd to see that and assume that it's anything other than playing to win, right? Like, until they do more, like if they BM or something, right? Like I said, unless like I say here, like unless paired with heavy BM, if they're like WSing you on the ground while you bleed out, or if they're like hitting you on hook and on, you know, over and over again, or whatever, if they're doing some kind of excessive BM, then sure, you're like, oh, okay, this guy I think is being a douchebag. I get it. But if they're not BMing in any way and they just hit you with a GG, I don't know how, like, again, I feel like unless you just have the most negative outlook on humanity ever, that you would just assume that the worst intentions are there and not just assume it's playing to win, you know? And again, this is where this is where the conversation kind of ended, because he said, unless paired with heavy BM, and I said, is this not what we're talking about? And I said, no, because this all started with Hens's poll about whether saying GG is toxic after a one-sided game. And that's all the poll was. Like, that's all, like, so again, this is where the conversation ended, because I feel like we kind of just got so sidetracked that I don't know. But I do want to get, okay, obviously, I want to say, I don't want anyone to like be mean to anyone on this thread, right? Especially Pocket Steaks, because I actually did have a good conversation here, right? Like, we actually had a lot of different like back and forths, and I do think they came from a place of logic. So obviously, don't like go be a dick to this person or anyone really. But I do think this is where like the conversation kind of ended, and I still have remained unconvinced. So yeah, I don't like. At the end of the day, I don't really know what else to make about this. This is very mind blowing to me. I still think the fact that over 1/4 of people have voted this way is wild. I don't know. Also, let me know as well. Is this a thing in any other gaming community? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not in like a lot of different game communities out there, right? Like DbD is my main game. I play a couple other things here and there, but I'm pretty sure that this isn't a very common thing. Like, I feel like if you ask the same question to a lot of other game communities, there would probably be a way different answer, which is what I'm wondering here. Like, is the DbD community just getting to the point where, like, everyone just hates each other? Everyone's just assuming the worst intentions from each other, and also everyone just wants to get mad? Because I don't know. Like, I might just be making this up in my head. Maybe I'm just, like, maybe this is me thinking the worst of people, but it feels to me like the DbD community has just kind of built this, like, culture / like, I don't know, like everybody wants to like hate the game, everybody wants to like hate the devs, everybody wants to like hate the other side, right? Like killers want to hate like Survivor with friends, and survivors want to hate killers that play in any kind of try hard way at all, and everybody's just like looking for a reason to get mad at like somebody or something. And I feel like that's where like this kind of thing comes from. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I feel like this can't be normal. This can't be normal. If you guys have a better explanation, if you guys are one of the people that think that saying GG after a one-sided game is actually BMing, and if you think you can explain it to me better than, you know, some of the people in this thread have, then please, by all means, let me know in the comments, because I'm down to have a discussion with you for sure. But I gotta warn you, I'm pretty adamant on this. I don't know if my mind is ever going to be changed about this, but I am at least down to hear people out at the very least. So feel free to let me know. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this topic up. I thought it'd be a funny thing to talk about on YouTube. And I also just wanted to try this kind of a video to see how you guys felt about it. So let me know that too. Do you guys like this kind of thing? Do you want me to do this more? I don't do webcam stuff a lot on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I could try to do this stuff more. So just let me know. And that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe to the YouTube. I'm gonna be uploading about every other day from here on out, hopefully. And stop by my live stream. I'm live on Twitch 6 nights a week over at twitch.tv/OhTofu. And that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your night. Have a good one. I'll see ya. I'll take care. See ya. See you later. See ya.